On a frozen mountainside in Russia, 9 young hikers zipped their tents closed for the last time. Hours later, rescuers would find their campsite slashed open from the inside, footprints leading into the blizzard, bodies scattered across the snow, some with injuries no one could explain. And to this day, not a single family member knows why their children ran into the darkness that night, or what truly waited for them in the cold silence of the Ural Mountains. The story begins in late January 1959 in Sverdlovsk, USSR. A group of 10 experienced hikers, students and graduates of the Ural Polytechnic Institute, prepared for a challenging expedition into the northern Ural Mountains. Their leader, Igor Dyatlov, was known for precision, discipline, and an unshakable sense of responsibility. This journey was supposed to earn them the highest level of hiking certification. Instead, it became one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. On January 27th, the team took a train and then a truck into the wilderness. Along the journey, they laughed, wrote diary entries, took photographs, and shared jokes. The 10th hiker, Yuri Yudin, fell ill and had to turn back, never realizing he had just saved his own life. The remaining 9 pushed deeper into the mountains, taking what would become their final group photo. Their destination was the icy slope of Kolitsayakol, a Mansi word meaning dead mountain. Not because it was cursed, but because nothing lived there. No animals, no vegetation, nothing. The wind howled continuously, and temperatures dropped to -30 degrees Celsius. The mountain waited silently for them. When the hikers failed to return on schedule, search teams were deployed. On February 26th, rescuers discovered the group's tent on the mountainside. It was half buried in snow, slashed open from the inside. Inside lay boots, gear, jackets, everything the hikers needed to survive. Yet the footprints outside showed the hikers walking, not running, into the freezing darkness, barefoot or wearing only socks. A mile downslope, under a tall cedar tree, the first 2 bodies were found, Doroshenko and Krivonischenko. They were almost naked, covered in scratches, as though they had climbed the tree desperately to look for something or escape something. Nearby, the branches were broken high above the ground. Next, they found Igor Dyatlov himself, lying face down in the snow. His fists were clenched as though he had been crawling back toward the tent. It appeared he died trying to save the others. 2 more hikers, Kolmogorova and Slobodin, were found spaced apart, also facing the direction of the tent. Their tracks showed they fought desperately against the cold, falling repeatedly, getting back up, and collapsing again. They died trying to return to safety. It took 2 more months before the last 4 bodies were found in a deep ravine. And what rescuers discovered shocked the world. One had a crushed chest, injuries compared to a car accident. Another had a severely fractured skull. One woman, Ludmila Dubinaina, was missing her tongue. But there were no external wounds, no bruising, no signs of struggle. As if the injuries were delivered with extreme pressure, from within. Before we continue unraveling the theories behind this tragedy, if you're enjoying this deep dive into real mysteries, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you never miss our next upload. Your support helps us bring more real, gripping investigations to life. Investigators quickly realized the case was unlike anything they had seen. The hikers' clothing was radioactive. Local Mansi tribes reported seeing bright, swirling lights in the sky the night of the deaths. The military restricted access to the region immediately after the bodies were found. The official cause of death? A compelling natural force. A statement that explained nothing and only deepened the mystery. One theory suggested an avalanche forced the hikers to cut out of the tent and flee. But the slope angle was too shallow. No avalanche debris was ever found, and the tent remained standing. Another theory proposed katabatic winds, powerful gusts that can mimic avalanche conditions and cause panic. But the hikers were highly trained. Running into the snow half-naked seems unlikely. Some investigators believe the area was used for secret military tests. Parachute mines, infrasonic weapons, chemical exposure. But no evidence was ever released to confirm this. A newer theory suggested the mountain shape created infrasound, low-frequency waves that induce intense fear or nausea. The hikers may have panicked, fled into the snow, and become disoriented. But this does not explain the internal injuries. Some believe the hikers encountered a rare natural event, electrical plasma, ball lightning, or atmospheric pressure anomalies. Their diary entries mention strange glowing lights. But again, nothing definitive. For decades, the families pushed for truth. They wanted closure. They wanted to know why their children, friends, and siblings died so brutally and mysteriously. But every official report ended the same way. Natural causes. Case closed. In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case. Their conclusion: a rare avalanche combined with hypothermia. But this explanation once again ignored the odd injuries, the tent cuts, the footprints, and the radiation. The world was not satisfied. Today, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries in history. 9 brilliant young hikers walked into the mountains seeking adventure, and met something that terrified them into the night, injured them beyond explanation, and silenced them forever. We may never truly know what happened on that frozen slope, but their story continues to haunt the world. A reminder that even the most experienced explorers can be humbled by the unknown.